I feel like I'm entering a debate.
There you go.
May it please the court. No, hi. So everyone online, if you can't hear me, give a shout, let us
They
know.
can hear you.
Okay.
They can hear you.
And I'll try and repeat if we have comments or questions here too. And I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the time. But so I have some really bad news for y'all.
She's quitting. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm starting it. Yeah, I'm not suing him. I have never closed a deal, never negotiated a commission, never walked a client through a real estate contract. Many of you have way more experience in this than I do. Brandon's looking at me like, what are you doing, woman? So you might decide right now that I'm not worth listening to and you can hang around for lunch, or there might even be lunch back there now. But the good news, Nimesh already gave it away. I'm an attorney. I own a successful business on my own, and I have helped to consult many of the top real estate teams in our industry across the nation on earning more per transaction. So I've learned a lot over the last year. I've met with over 180 teams doing more than 20 million plus in production. Learned about their businesses, learned about what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong. And I was able to sit on a panel next to an agent that got to say, hey, after a year of consulting with Jennifer and the team and the organization I was on, I made twice as much money and I did 41% less units. So she did 41% less work and made twice as much money. So while there are people in this room that might be better at showing you how to hold an excellent open house, I may not be that person. That's the bad news. The good news is I might have value to bring too. Y'all ready to hear it? Okay. So one of the things that I'm sure that you all have heard about plenty of times over the last years is this talk about the NAR settlement, commissions, all of that. I'm an attorney. I'm going to get up front and say all commissions are negotiable. Even if I use the number in my conversation, I'm not suggesting it's an industry standard. Okay, so we've gotten that out of the way. But there's been a lot of talk about negotiating commissions, discounting commissions. So y'all have been there and I have not. Has anyone in the room felt pressure to discount a commission? Why? Give me an example. Why did you feel that way? Yes. What was it? Why did you feel obligated? Did you discount it? Has anyone ever felt pressured and discounted their commission? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have some hands in the room. Did you regret it? No? Okay, so we have one no and one yes. Why didn't you regret it?
There's over a couple $1,000 in the sale, you know. But for me, I think right now, I don't promote myself as a discount agent. You know, we have a set parameter when we're listing, but I'm not gonna split hairs and sit on a property and be the linchpin, that keeps something from moving forward. I wanna get done and I wanna move on to the next thing. And if it means that I gotta go down to 2.5 or whatever, 2.3, like for example, I have a closing next week. The most difficult people I've ever had to work with ever. Selling their house, I gave them all the factual information, they didn't listen to me. Appraisal came in low, to make everything work, me and the other agent had to lower it just to make it all work. I'm glad I did it. I have them under contract right now for a $700,000+ home closing a week on the buy side. So like, however frustrating it was at that particular deal, like, I don't care, like, let's just get it done this weekend.
Okay, so you discounted after the fact, that we're not up front, right?
Now, again, the only time is if margin is not there. So like, if someone bought a house 2 years ago, so like I was now in new territory, bought a house, was gonna get married, broke up a week after buying the house. So its margin, yeah, its margin is not very big, you know, in regards to paying commission, drinking, even getting out. So I'm going in on the front end there to help him, just as a courtesy and as a friend, you know, in the process. But no, usually not on the front.
Okay. So for everyone virtual, basically, he doesn't want to split hairs, so he's willing to discount in certain situations in order to get the deal done. So we have someone in the room right here at the very front. So you might be able to hear him. That regretted discounting commission. So tell me about that. Why?
So again, I did it at that point because again, that was a way for me to get into a different price point.
Mhm.
So I didn't, it was an opportunity I had never had before, and I was like, let's see how this goes. Okay, it went, like the buyer was fine, the transaction was fine. I think the agent on the other end made me regret it because of how shysty he was, and it ruined the client's experience as well. Based off of him taking back his word, like he changed his word a lot of time. And I learned a valuable lesson about getting everything in writing, which I did not have at that time. So that's why I say on that one. Another time, there's never been an issue. I don't typically discount my commission. No one's ever asked me to really discount it.
Okay.
You know, the worst case scenario, I think the most I've discounted is buying them a home loan.
So what Brandon shared was that the one time that he felt like he regretted discounting a commission for a deal, it was because it was like kind of shysty. Everything felt a little off, maybe not on the up and up. Oh, yeah, okay.
Mind you, the agent was also the seller. I walked away. It was a $500,000 property. I netted a total of $500.
I wouldn't feel great about that either.
So that's why I say what I say on that.
Well, so, yeah. Oh, good. He capped through it, so there's always a silver lining. So one thing when I'm talking to teams, when I was talking to teams around the nation, and now I'm here in Houston in these market centers, it's been a great gift. I've seen some of you today. Is that we have a discount epidemic right now. And what I mean when I say that is that you want to make a certain amount of money, right, on a deal, and you go in, you know, hey, I'm gonna ask for 4%. Then you're standing at the door, like maybe 3.5. You knock on the door, 3. I'll take 3. I will take 3. I just need this deal. I just need the $500. I just need to cap. I'll take 3%. They walk in, they have a cute dog, or you walk in, they have a cute dog, they give you some really great coffee. You're like, I'll do it for 2%. Have you ever felt that? Or can you imagine that you would? You're like, no. Well, what I'll tell you is that I have seen the top agents in the country making less per transaction. It's a race to the bottom. How little can I charge and how much value can I bring you? We're the only industry that I'll argue would do that. And we're doing it to ourselves. So how do we fix it? How do we become what I call a full fee agent? So has anyone read the book Full Fee Agent? A lot of these concepts are going to come from there. It's a great book. So a full fee agent is someone that comes in and says, this is how much I'm going to charge. This is how much I'm worth. This is how much value I'm going to bring to you. And I'm not going to change my boundaries on that. This is what I am worth to you, period, and bring the value. So how I would argue that you bring value is not in listing photos. It's not in a beautiful description that a computer generated anyways. it's the reason why I love what Brandon said, what he did about discounting his commission that one time. It's about trust. Does your client trust you? Do they trust that you're worth the value that you're asking from them? Are you bringing the value, I'm sorry, to them that they're paying for? So how do you do that? How do you think, give me some ideas on how you think you could help a client trust you or feel like you understand them? Telling them the truth.
I'd say that be true, honest, and like, and firm when you need to be. For those clients I have now, I don't know if people are, it's like, got really eager, but they needed to hear what needed to be told, that you have to deal with that. So I just think that's being firm, confident.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you present all the information, you allow them the free will to decide. I think that builds a lot more trust. And then they ask you for your opinion. That's how you do it.
So you know you have trust when they ask for your opinion. But it starts with giving them the information up front. Okay. Setting expectations, but over promising, no, I'm sorry, under promising and over delivering. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then put together a plan that will help them solve that problem or if they know I'm there, which they may expect from me.
Listening to them and understanding them and solving their problem. Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all that I believe that sometimes gaining trust is easier than other times. So it's finding the right client. And y'all are like, what? How do you do that? Like, what are you even talking about? I would argue that in every situation where there's a decision to be made, there is always a favorite and there's a fool. And sometimes you're the favorite, and sometimes you're the fool. Have you ever gotten a second opinion just because you know your dad or your mom was going to ask you, like, did you ask someone else about that? Or you just didn't want to give that one person the chance, so you thought, well, I'll just set up another appointment. Let's see what they're offering. Have you ever been that agent where someone called just to make sure their decision that wasn't you was the right one? See some heads nodding. I mean, I would argue, I would tell all my friends, you need to, and my friends and family, everyone, interview as many people as you can, get as much information as you can, but I'm telling you, we are hardwired to have a favorite. Is it your best friend? Is it your aunt? Is it your daughter? Is it someone that's been recommended by 5 people? Is it the person that farms your neighborhood? Like right now, I'm going to ask you to think of if you were going to sell your home and it wasn't you, who is that person in your head? I bet you have one. You're my difficult one, and you're right in the very front. I know. I'm good. I'm good. I need it. Okay, so would you rather be the favorite or the fool? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Because we have this what is it, like a bias, right? Towards, what is it called? Someone tell me. Self-affirming, like bias? Unconscious bias? I think it's like where you like self-affirm constantly the thing you already believe. There's a word for it. I don't know. I lost it. So how do you find out though if you're the favorite or the fool? Have you ever been in an appointment and ever thought like, I'm the front runner? Or have you ever sat there and been like, I don't know? How do you think you could figure it out? What questions could you ask to find out very quickly if you're the favorite or the fool?
Before you get to the appointment, asking them if everything sounds
Okay. So asking like,
How, if, when,
right. So like screening questions. Mhm. Mm.
or if they say, no, we're not ready, to go yet, I'm just thinking about it, testing the market. And you can decide whether you want to go and take the appointment
Mhm.
if they're serious.
What else? Y'all help me out because I'm gonna get my water.
How did both in the favor?
You may not have considered it until now, right? But now that you know that building trust is so much easier when you're the favorite, don't you think that that would be a valuable piece of information to know?
Yeah.
Would you rather work for someone that thinks you're the favorite, or would you rather work for someone that thinks you're the fool? What about how did you find me? Mhm. Yeah.
Like, you're building a role-based business, where referring like, referring grade out. That's a question I don't think, we do such a good job with our clients that they're letting other people, I don't have to talk myself up or sell myself up or worry about, you know. It just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if it's been a referral, they already know about you and they're still choosing and talking to you. I think that would be a great indicator. Obviously, if you have a personal relationship with them, of course. What about, this is a good one. What are you looking for in an agent? If I'm sitting in front of them and they're like, I want someone that's real casual, that's going to go and wear flip-flops with me, and they're the best open house agent on the planet, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not the favorite right now. But if I'm sitting in front of them and they say, hey, I want someone that has legal background, that's buttoned up, that has coached people through things, might have an extensive knowledge on complicated transactions, oh, it might be me. Right? So we can probe in those kinds of ways to see, where do I stand with you and how many people are you meeting with? If you realize you're the fool, it is okay to walk away. It's okay to lose business. It's just not okay to take a really long time losing business. Okay, so I argued, first of all, that we need to communicate our value. I think value is made in trust. Now, I think that you can build trust if you are the fool. It's easier if you're the favorite. So let's start there. Now, how do you communicate your value? So the first thing I would argue about communicating value is using tactical empathy. It's what the book The Full Fee Agent calls it to, is basically active listening. So has anyone ever heard of active listening? I mean, we've talked about it a little bit today. So one of the two main strategies of active listening, other than not talking, well, I've been up here talking the whole time. By the way, if you have an appointment with me, I'm going to sit there and listen and nod my head a whole lot and just listen to you talk. This is a little different for me. But two of the biggest strategies in active listening are mirroring and labeling. Has anyone heard of those before? Okay, so let's talk about mirroring. Anyone want to give me an example?
Like if they're like an architect, like, an engineer kind of mind and, very analytical when you're going in, it's a lot of data and factual. If they're super emotional and you mirror that with them, so it's matching whatever they're putting out, but that's how I, okay,
It's matching whatever they're putting out. What matching mannerisms?
If they're talking at a very fast pace, you might talk at a very fast pace, if they're talking slightly aggressive, well, no, I don't wanna match that.
You
But
don't want to match
I
that,
don't
no.
match that. Yeah, if they're talking super fast or they're talking super low, you might wanna match that without your written speech.
Mhm. Go ahead. Repeating what the person says back to them, yeah. Yeah. I saw a hand over here. I think we have a lot of really great examples, right? We can match posture. Now, if someone's like, don't be awkward and be like, but you can lean that way. People like things that are familiar to them. What is more familiar than yourself and themselves? So if they can see you and them, that's important. One of my favorite that I just did to all of you is repeated your words back exactly verbatim. And it is the most awkward thing to do until you get used to it. You didn't even notice it. Once you know to look for it, it becomes awkward because you can hear it. But one of the biggest ways to build rapport with a client in negotiation in any time is to repeat back what they say to you verbatim. Not, it's cloudy outside. Yeah, I like the clouds too. No, it's cloudy outside. It invites them to feel understood, but then to continue. Try it with your spouse, try it with your children. Practice there because even if they already think you're weird. But I'll do it with my children when they get home. I have 6 and 9-year-old boys that don't love to talk, right? They love to wrestle. And so I say, how was your day today? It was good. It was good? Yeah, it was good. It was good? Yeah, I played on the playground. You played on the playground? Yeah, I played with Matthew. You played with Matthew? Watch. It won't happen. It won't happen immediately, but try it. Take my word for it and repeat back. And then that's another way that you can see the progress you make with it and the connection that you make with people you love by just repeating what's important to them. But then it'll help you practice not feeling like a weirdo doing it. Because you will feel like a weirdo doing it, okay? But it's gonna build rapport. Okay, so we've talked about the mirroring. We're talking about body language, energy, love this. And then repeating exact words. Now, there's another one, right? We're called labeling. This is not exact words. Can someone give me an example of labeling? Oh, thank you. So if I were to say, let me think of a realistic. I really want to move, and it's important for me to move in a time frame in which my kids can start school. I want to give them some time, to get adjusted a bit. So, I really want to make the move prior to August. I know that what's a way that you could label that?
Like, the essence, and it seems like you need to be in and out of your house as soon as possible.
Yep. It sounds like time is of the essence and you need to be out of your house as soon as possible. It sounds like your kids' comfort in this move is very important to you. Sorry, that was like a off the cuff. Yes, you're assuming because you want them to say either, you're looking for 2 phrases from this, okay? I'm going beyond but I love this stuff. Okay, so if you are going to be labeling, you're going to make an assumption over what they're saying because you want them to say, that's right. Ah, they're understood. Or no. No, that's not quite it. Tell me more. Then what do you mean? Ah, love it. Okay. This stuff gets me on fire. So when people feel understood, all of a sudden you become very valuable to them. I called a friend yesterday and I said, "Hey, you said like a week and a half ago that you were really stressed and you texted me and said that you were about to like put your children outside for sale." Okay. I didn't say it, my friend said it. But I called her yesterday and I said, discount rate. Okay, anyways, so I, I called her and I said, hey, I hadn't checked on you. It's been like a week and a half. And I was just thinking, man, I just wanted to see like, how are you doing? Yeah, are your kids still for sale? I saw them. I saw them. They were still together. So we're good. Um, and she was a little awkward about it at first. And we got off the phone and she texted me after and she said, I'm not used to getting calls like that. So when people feel heard and understood, when you ask what's important to them, people don't do that anymore. It's valuable today. AI never asks you how you are. And I still say please and thank you to it, like a weirdo. Oh, yeah. AI does not care about you. No, but real, right? Where AI has a great, I mean, there's a place for it. 100%. Um, but what makes you valuable is you caring about them and listening to them. People have to feel good about you to trust you. Okay, any questions about those tactics before we move on? Or those strategies? Because I'm going to move on to another one. All right. I'm great. Okay, we've already brought this one up. And I did it with y'all. And it so far, no one walked out. We're good. But it was brought up earlier about trust. So how do we communicate trust and value? I would argue it's getting the elephants out early. How different would y'all have felt if I came in here and taught this exact same freaking class or lesson or whatever this is? And then you walked out in the hallway and someone goes, she's never closed on a house before. You'd feel freaking duped. It's the same information. It's how you present it. And so it may be elephants about you. It might be elephants about the property or the deal. What are some elephants that you might want to get out early? Yeah, I love that one because I've heard people say, don't tell people if you're a new agent. Yeah, lean into it. Hey, you're my first deal. I got time for you. I have resources. I have these people behind me. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to learn with you and through you. Like honesty, I think, is number one. What else? Come on, every single property y'all have walked into has been beautiful.
Lay about, not or like those expectations, and then you try to provide a solution for, like you talked about, like, pretty rough, and don't beat around the bush about it.
Right.
And,
I would say, yeah, definitely professional, right? But let's get it out first. What about if they want, you've done the research and you know that they are just, their expectations on the price are, you're going to have 5 conversations with them about lowering the price. How fun is that? Someone said it sucks for the people in the virtual. It's easier to get out ahead of it. They're happening a lot right now. So it's easier just to get ahead of it and be the expert. I had someone bragging on our neighborhood page that, my neighbor has been sitting on, he's had his house listed forever because he won't come down on price. Anyways, that's a whole thing. But someone 4 houses down had their house sold in 4 days and she's bragging all over the place on the neighborhood page. That house was priced right. Motivation, yeah. And that's part of asking the questions, getting the report up front, right? So I think there's a way to do it. And I think one of the best ways that's very disarming is to say, I have bad news. There's bad news. You're going to have to paint your burnt orange walls. There's bad news. Not everyone appreciates your 1,000-piece porcelain doll collection. I've been in a house that had one, not gonna lie. Okay. So there's ways to get ahead of it, and the most disarming is to say I have bad news. It's just a weird thing because we expect the worst, right? Okay, and so one more, looking at the clock. One more strategy to create rapport. We've talked about it briefly, but I think maybe someone brought it up. What word starts every real negotiation? There's one word. There's a book that has this in the title too. It starts a negotiation and it starts rapport. And the root of it is our client wants to be in control. So, as an attorney, negotiator, consultant, it rhymes with so. How does not rhyme with so, y'all? Every negotiation starts with no. So you know you're down to business if you hear, that's right, or no. Then we get to how. Now, our clients want to feel in control. Feeling yes can sometimes make them feel like, oh. So the quickest you can get to know, and I will do this on a daily basis every time, is now a bad time for us to talk? No. Is there a better time than 5 o'clock tomorrow for us to talk? No. Or if it's yes, then we'll change it to that. They've dictated something. Would you be open? Actually, would you be open is a good one, but that doesn't get to know. Okay, well, here we go. I have others, but you can say most people are open to. That's another, leads me down a rabbit hole. Would it be a bad idea if I told you a little bit more about my services? Are you against making some changes to your house? No. Mhm. You're creating positive questions that let them say no. Do y'all see how that could change, like the narrative? Has anyone ever implemented this? It also feels very weird. No. It feels very weird. So, like many of you, I do script practice and I script practice with people and I, have those conversations. And there was one time I said, are you opposed to speaking now? And someone said, why would you ask that way? Why don't you say is now a good time? Because once they say no, it's different. Everything changes. The power changes, the conversation changes, the rapport changes. They have told you no. And dang, we all want to be in control. Your client does too. Try it. So it's up to us to feel uncomfortable sometimes, right? To say the hard thing up front, to have someone tell us no. But we're the professional. It's not our first rodeo, or maybe it is, but we have people backing us. I know it's not yours, but your example. And so it's up to us to help them feel comfortable, feel the rapport, and help them feel like we're on their side. All of a sudden, you have value, you add value, and all of a sudden, they don't care what they're paying you. And they will not ask you to discount. And as soon as you negotiate your value, you undermine your worth. Don't do that. So what my argument is go in knowing your value, communicate it to them, but communicate it through trust, rapport, bring a great product, and then all of a sudden you're going to have, we all need to lead gen before I get in trouble, but you're going to have referrals that also value the same things those clients did. Hey, I want an excellent real estate agent. I don't care how much I pay for it. And the best example that I've heard and that I'll use today is, let's look at water. There's probably a water fountain out here somewhere that's free. You put it in a plastic bottle, $2. Put some bubbles in it, $3.50. Still water. You put it in a mini fridge in Las Vegas, $15. I've been there twice. I held that water. I rationed the water. I valued the water because it was scarce. I paid value for it. And I couldn't just throw it away or find it anywhere. That's all I got for y'all today.
Love it.
Any questions? All right. Thank y'all. very
Good?
much. Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate you. Awesome. One more time, Jennifer. Jennifer. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. And by the way, she had all these slides, which were kind of cool, which I'm surprised she didn't go through, but that's okay. All right. Vendor partners, where y'all at? Close out. Or not. They love you, all your business. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, vendor partners.